Breaking tonight on Connecticut's news station, one man has been killed in New Haven tonight, and police are still early in their investigation into who pulled the trigger. We'll bring you everything we know so far.
3 people are arrested, all facing charges stemming from an incident where a 14-year-old shot himself accidentally. We'll hear from police on who's facing charges. And the threats that children face online are constantly evolving. Now one police department is making sure parents have the information they need to keep their kids safe.
Breaking news now on Fox 61, Connecticut's news station.
And we begin tonight with that breaking news out of New Haven, where a man was killed tonight in what police are calling a drive-by shooting. Thanks for joining us here at 10. I'm Brent Harden.
And I'm Sarah Sanchez. It happened just before 5 tonight near the intersection of East Pearl Street and Grand Avenue. Police are still combing through the area looking for evidence that could point them in the direction of the shooter.
Fox 61's Jake Garcia is in New Haven now. He has the latest from officials. Jake, what can you tell us tonight?
Well, Brent and Sarah, we can tell you that this all happened around 4:45 this afternoon when city officials say a man was walking down Pearl Avenue behind me when the shooting occurred. Bystanders told authorities that they heard multiple gunshots. City officials say the victim was shot in the upper body and was pronounced dead at the scene. Officers have combed several surrounding businesses for surveillance videos that could lead them to a suspect or a potential suspect vehicle. We spoke with Mayor Justin Elliker about today's shooting, and he says violent crime like this takes a toll on a neighborhood, and he wants to be there for the people who live and work nearby.
It's a really scary thing, right? I was just talking to the folks in some of the stores, and they are just trying to make a living. And to have something like that, particularly there was, around 14, 15 shots fired. That's a terrifying thing. And I think it's important for me to be present, be available. And if people have questions or concerns, there's things that I can help respond to.
Now, the mayor says gun violence in New Haven is down compared to this time last year, but there have been at least 20 shooting deaths so far in the city this year. Grand Avenue was closed for several hours but has since reopened. Pearl Street continues to be blocked off at this time as police continue their investigation behind me. Now, police not releasing many details surrounding possible suspects or the victim's identity as they are still early on in this investigation. This is a developing story, and we'll bring you any new information as it becomes available. We're live in New Haven. Jake Garcia, Fox 61, Connecticut's news station.
All right, Jake, thank you. Still more breaking news now out of Hartford, where police say 3 people were shot. They were called just before 8 o'clock to Main Street after a person reported hearing gunshots. Officers found 2 men in their 20s, both shot but conscious. As they were taking them to the hospital, a 3rd man near the same age arrived at the ER. That man's condition is unclear tonight. The other 2 victims are both listed as stable right now. Hartford police have not confirmed if all 3 were involved in the same shooting. They are still investigating tonight. All right, time now for a first check of the forecast, and it is going to gradually warm up as we head toward the end of the week.
Yeah, but it's still pretty chilly out there tonight. Here's Chief Meteorologist Rachel Frank with the very latest. Rachel?
Yeah, we have more frost in store for tonight before that much anticipated warm up as we head towards the end of the week. Right now, we're already a few degrees shy of the freezing point. It's 35 degrees in the Hartford area, but about 10 degrees warmer in New Haven, 45 there now, upper 20s in Windham. It'll be a cold start to the day tomorrow with temperatures dropping back into the 20s, near 30 for the Connecticut shoreline. So I do think it'll be a few degrees cooler than it was when you woke up this morning. So we'll start off with that chill in the air tomorrow, but plenty of sunshine through the morning hours. And temperatures tomorrow will be very similar to what we experienced today, with high temperatures climbing into the upper 40s to right around 50 degrees. But the wind isn't going to be quite as noticeable, so it might feel a little bit more comfortable for you outside. While we are near 50 degrees during the afternoon tomorrow, we're closer to 60 for Thursday and for Friday. We do have the chance for some rain to go along with some of those warmer temperatures, but it's not quite a lock just yet. We'll explain what that means heading into the weekend coming up.
All right, Rachel, thank you. Well, new at 10 tonight, 3 adults have been arrested in connection with the Watertown shooting, where police say a teen accidentally shot himself in the head. The incident happened back in September. The boy has been released from the hospital and is doing much better now. The boy's grandmother, Elizabeth Salsevsky, was the one who called 911 to get police to the home on Hadley Street. Police say that 14-year-old boy was playing with the gun, which was not locked up when it went off. Salsevsky, along with her partner, Jose Soto Barrios, and the boy's mother, Patricia Milo, were all arrested today. They're facing charges for failing to secure firearms and risk of injury to a minor. We spoke to Mike Song, the father of Ethan Song, who died following an accidental shooting involving an unsecured gun. In the aftermath, he's made it his mission to strengthen gun safety here in Connecticut and across the nation.
The vast majority of gun owners I talk to, a lot of my friends, there's kids around, they lock their guns down. And we're seeing more and more people become aware of it, but it's an epidemic in the country. There's millions of kids in homes with unsecured guns.
Police found a total of 20 unsecured firearms in that home, all registered to Soto Barrios. Police say 3 other children live inside that home, along with a 14-year-old who was shot.
Police at Central Connecticut State University are investigating a possible hate crime on campus. A student found a racial slur and a swastika carved into the back of a bathroom stall door. The bathroom was inside one of the university's residence halls. The vandalism has since been removed. The university president, Zolma Toro, released a statement saying, quote, "Central has zero tolerance for all forms of hate crimes. I'm asking all of you to join me in supporting our friends and colleagues who were impacted by this crime and to speak out against hate and intolerance."
A Columbia woman faces charges of assaulting a child. 42-year-old Allison Cranick turned herself over to state police today. Police say the incidents occurred during the summer of 2022. Cranick had previously worked as a paraprofessional in the Columbia School District, according to the town's annual report from 2017 to 2018. She appeared in court today facing multiple charges, including sexual assault and risk of injury to a child. The interim superintendent of the Columbia School District released a statement in response to the arrest, saying, quote, "As educators, we are entrusted to protect and educate all of our students. Maintaining appropriate faculty-student relationships and providing for the safety and well-being of our students at all times are critical."
Police in Orange say a serious pedestrian crash has closed down a section of Route 1 tonight. Details are limited, but law enforcement has confirmed it happened in front of the McDonald's there. They say traffic is closed in both directions while police investigate. There's no word yet on the driver, the vehicle involved, nor the condition of the pedestrian that was hit.
And tonight, West Haven police are investigating after an ATM was ripped from a gas station store overnight. It happened at the Noble gas station on Boston Post Road around 2 a.m. Part of the door was ripped off the frame and debris and glass was scattered around the entrance as well. The owner says the people responsible got inside the store and ripped the ATM out using a chain attached to a vehicle.
And it's a shock. It's horrible. You know, these guys are coming to work like the rest of us are, trying to make a living, and this is just terrible. Who cleans it? The store owners. Who takes care of it? The store owners. Who covers it? The insurance. Their insurance is going to go up. People are going to be a little bit more nervous. It's all around bad for everyone.
The owner says there is surveillance video which will hopefully help police during the investigation. And a similar story in Meriden, where police say there was an attempted robbery at an ATM. They say just before 10:30 last night, a customer was using a drive-up ATM at Ion Bank on West Main Street when someone drove up and attempted to rob them. Police say the suspects shot at the victim's car as they left the scene. Anyone with information on this incident should call police.
Social media is constantly changing. Of course, we know it can be used for good, but can also be used for more nefarious purposes. That's why one Connecticut police station is making sure parents stay up to date with changes and know how to keep their children safe. Fox 61's DeAndrea Turner takes us to Guilford for this story.
Well, officials tell me they try to have the seminar at least twice a year to continue to educate parents on the ever-changing landscape of the safety of social media.
So we just need to also make sure that the kids understand that the danger is still real, even though it's over the internet.
That's the goal of the Guilford Police Internet Safety Workshop for parents. Officer Scott Gingras says that this workshop teaches parents how to keep their children safe as possible on the internet.
It's really important that we go over this stuff so the parents can be more educated, because one thing about social media is it changes so often.
This workshop on the heels of recent cyber crimes across the state involving children children. On Monday, a Hartford man was charged with allegedly sexually assaulting a 13-year-old he met on Snapchat. 2 weeks ago, a correction officer was arrested and charged for allegedly trying to lure a minor on the internet into having sex. Daniela Giordano, a mother of two sixth graders, says situations like this and the fast pace of the internet is why she chooses to stay informed.
I want my kids to be able to use the internet in fun ways and ways to explore things, to learn things, but I also know that there really is kind of like a darker side to it, and I want to be more prepared as a parent to have conversations with them, to have conversations with their friends.
Some of the other things taught were hidden features on social media apps and strategies for keeping children safe.
Really, again, like it's definitely generational differences between what our kids grow up with versus what we grew up with, or rather didn't grow up with.
In Guilford, DeAndrea Turner, Fox 61, Connecticut's news station.
And new at 10 tonight with a shutdown deadline looming. The House voted overwhelmingly this evening to pass a bill that keeps the government funded into the new year. With bipartisan support, new Republican Speaker of the House, Mike Johnson, found 336 members to support his spending plan. The proposal temporarily funds federal agencies until late January at the same rates, buying more time for both parties to renegotiate. The Senate is expected to approve the plan by the end of the week.